Good morning, it's Grace talking to you. Welcome back to Come Out of Babylon Lessons. This is the fourth episode of What is Babylon. Today we are going to talk about the whole world in deception. We will not talk about the solution of the deception. We're just going to talk about the whole world in deception, and this episode will take a longer time than other episodes. Usually other episodes are lesser than 10 minutes, but today this episode will take longer than 10 minutes. So let's start. So for a short story on where the inspiration of this lesson came from, I was once in my personal meditation time and I was reading the book of Revelation chapter 12. And as I was reading the verse 9, which it says, so the great dragon was cast out, the serpent of old, called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. It is written that Satan deceived the whole world. I asked God, what is the proof that shows how the Satan deceived the whole world? Because days before, someone argued with me, and he argued and said that Satan is a Christian thing. There is no Satan in other religion. So I wondered about it, and I knew it was not true. Then I prayed to God. That is the reason why I prayed to God to give me the proof. What is the proof that the devil deceived the whole world? Few days after, the Lord answered me as I was watching a documentary done by Melvi, and the title of the documentary was Dragon Reveal. So it is two part one and part two. It was the documentary had two parts, part one and part two. So today I'm sharing with you this because if you want to understand Babylon, you need to have this information back in your mind. The purpose of this teaching, of this lesson of today, is to show you that the devil, he is in other religion, and he deceived other people also. The Bible describes the devil as serpent of old, dragon, the devil, and Satan. And all of this is just one person. But today we are going to focus on the serpentine spirit, the snake spirit, and the dragon spirit, or the dragon deity that we will see, the snake deity and the dragon deity that we will see in this lesson. So let's start with the Egyptian belief. Snake god in Egyptian belief, or snake spirit in Egyptian belief. In Egyptian belief is a polytheist belief, meaning they believe in many gods. I have mentioned 4 deity here because all of these deity are represented by a serpent. In Egyptian beliefs, a serpent can be good or bad spirit. Example, Wadjet is a cobra goddess of childbirth and children and protection of Pharaoh. This was a good goddess. She was worshipped when a woman wanted a child. On the crown of Pharaoh, you could see the cobra. It was a sign that the king was protected by Wadjet. Sometimes they don't call it Wadjet, they call it, most of the time even you'll see the name, it is Uraeus, the cobra on the crown of the king Pharaoh. In Egyptian belief, the god Horus, this god with human body but the head of an eagle, fought with the god Set, and Set removed one of the Horus' eye. Then the goddess Wadjet gave to Horus another eye, and it is famously known as the Eye of Horus. I think many of us know the eyes of Horus. Remember, this goddess is represented in many forms, but one of it is the cobra form. And an example of a bad spirit, which is in a snaky form, it is the god called Apep. This god is believed to bring it is the god of chaos. So let's talk about Hinduism and snake god in Hinduism. Hinduism is a polytheist religion. That means they believe in many gods. And one of the gods that they believe in, they are called Nagas. They're half human and half snake. They are believed to be the king of underground, and they are associated with water, river, lake, sea, and wells. And then another famous snake spirit that we see in Hinduism is Vasuki. Vasuki is the cobra that you see we always depict on the neck of Shiva. Shiva is one of the famous god in Hinduism. And then the Vasuki is coiled 3 times on the neck of Shiva. So this has meaning, which mean this means that Shiva has control over nature, and then Shiva can see the past, present, and future. Remember, the snake is coiled 3 times on his neck. And then another thing is Shiva has control on birth, death, and rebirth. And then another thing is Shiva can control emotion. So all of these are representation, meaning of the snake on the neck of Shiva. And another thing that another famous deity, Vishnu. Vishnu is always depicted as laying on a big naga. And this naga is called Sheshanaga or Shesha, and is believed to hold the whole planet of the universe in his hood. By looking at Hinduism, we see deity in a snake form, and we see other deity that works with nagas, with those deity in a snake form. So let's talk about the dragon god. In Chinese belief, Chinese dragon is one of the 12 Chinese zodiac. He symbolizes power, and they believe that the dragon have control over watery phenomenon, symbolize imperial power, good fortune, spirits that people believe that brings fortune and power. So this is Confucianism. It is a religion that you find in China. They believe in a dragon deity that brings fortune and power. In Buddhism, the Naga spirit we also find it in Buddhism are believed to be protective mediator or people meditators, not mediator, meditators, and this is a spirit that spend wisdom and well as strong magical power. And then it is also believed to be a deity of fertility and rebirth to some other places, and also a deity of poison and medicine. And it is this deity is mostly found in water. Talking about Celtic belief, they are found in Europe, and they are animist. As you can see in this picture, there's a deity called Cernunnos holding a snake, symbol of health because of its capacity to shed its skin. They also believe snake to be symbol of rebirth, awakening, and renewal of oneself. And they believe is a deity for balance, fertility, and transformation. And then another thing that we can talk about the Celtic belief is that snake is necessary for druids. Druids are teachers that help explain how to live in harmony with earth element, plant, and animal. So let's talk about Aztec belief. Aztec people are people found in Mexico. So this is an old belief, but today you can still find the religion. And then one of the principal god, that the major god, it is called Quetzalcoatl, and this Quetzalcoatl is a serpent god, and this serpent god has wings. That's why they call it feathered serpent. And this is the god of the morning and evening. It's believed to be the god of morning and evening star, the protector of goldsmith and other craftsmen. It's also a symbol of death and resurrection. And other people also believe this god to be the deity of winds and agriculture and corns. So let's talk about African beliefs, African animist. One of the deity that many people know, it is Mami Wata. This is a half woman and a half snake, known for health, wealth, childbirth, river, water goddess. That is what people know her for. And then there's another one also, Dambala Wedo, is the powerful serpent god of voodoo mythology. In the sky above the island of Haiti, many people in Haiti, that's where they know him. He manifests himself in the company of his wife, Aida, as a rainbow. They encompass the world and intertwine air of serpent, representing sexual unity. And then there is also another, I just wanted to show you this, from Cameroon, this museum from Cameroon. So in people in Cameroon, there's a people from Bamboo. There's people from a tribe called Bamboo. Their king believe that the symbol of the king is two-headed snake, which mean wisdom, which mean vigilance, and the spider mean wisdom. So I wanted to talk about this thing because I saw some confusion. Some people believe that because Jesus Christ, the bronze snake that Moses made was the symbol of Jesus Christ. So some people believe that Jesus Christ also is another serpentine deity, another snake god, if you want. But this is not true. Let me explain. Okay, let's first read these two verses. John chapter 3, verse 14 to 15, and Galatians chapter 3, verse 13. As Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, so that whoever believes in him will have eternal life. Galatians chapter 3, verse 13, Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made curse for us. For it is written, curse is everyone who is hung on a tree. So here, the bronze snake is a symbol of Jesus Christ. So that is the reason why some people think Jesus Christ is a serpentine God, a serpentine spirit, which is not true. Because Jesus Christ on the cross was a curse. In Christianity, the snake, it is a symbol of a curse. So Jesus Christ on the cross was a symbol of a curse. He became a curse for us so that we may have his blessing. Christianity, the snake is not a symbol of wealth, a god of water, a god of wisdom, a god of health. No, it's not that. The god of wisdom is Jesus Christ. The god of wealth is Jesus Christ. The god of the creator of heaven and earth is Jesus Christ. So it is not the snake. Here, Jesus Christ is not another snaky deity. Here, Jesus Christ on the cross is a representation of curse. He was cursed so that we may be blessed through him. So let me talk also about another confusion. When Jesus Christ said in Matthew chapter 10, verse 16, "Behold, I sent you forth as a sheep in the midst of wolves. Be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." Does it mean that he wanted us to worship the serpent? No. In Genesis chapter 3, we read, "Now the serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field." So understand this, it is God who created the serpent. It is God who created the snake. And he created the snake by making it more cunning. In other version, we read it was the most shrewd animal in all the garden. And this is the reason why the devil chose that animal to deceive Eve. And then and the Lord cursed it. So whenever the snake revealed himself, whenever that spirit of the devil revealed himself to people, it's always in a snaky form or a dragon. The dragon comes from the snake, or to some people the dragon look like a crocodile. That's why there are some people who believe who worship crocodile. And then another thing it is that when Jesus Christ said that you Christian has to be wise like a serpent, what he wanted to mean is like Christian has to develop this shrewd kind of capacity, if you want, and cunning. Christian has to be cunning in their ways of working. That means Christian has to be they have to develop a sharp power of judgment, and then they have also to show skill in achieving all their ends. Like the serpent can evade all the lands, like all type of the lands. You will see the serpent evading it. He can live in everywhere. So Christians also have to have that to develop that kind of mind, that kind of work. Like they have a goal, they have a mission, so they have to develop to show that skill of achieving their mission, and to show this sharp judgment, like the power of judgment. They don't have to be simple. Like we read in Proverbs chapter 14, verse 15, the simple believes every word. So Christians don't have to be simple. They have to be prudent. They have to consider everything. Prudent and consider all the steps that they are doing, because they are living among wolves. So, summary of today's lesson. What we saw, first of all, we saw that the Satan is represented in the Bible as snake, dragon, and devil spirit, and we saw that this snake, dragon, and crocodile spirit, sometimes crocodile spirits, we have seen its manifestation in all religion of the world, from animism to Hinduism to Buddhism and Confucianism. Another thing that we saw is the deception of this spirit in those religions. In those religions, we saw that the snake, this snake spirit, is called the god of water. And other place, the god of heaven, that stay in the heaven. And then it is also the deity of fertility, the deity of childbirth of children, the deity of the deity of wealth, of health. So all of this, it is a deception of that spirit, that snake spirit. And another thing that we saw is that Jesus Christ is not another serpentine spirit. And Jesus Christ never asked his disciple to worship the animal or to worship the spirit that was cast with it. Thank you for following up to the end. May the Lord bless you. Don't miss the next episode.